welcome back to EYE. Today we are going to talk about what did the Aries learn in Aries season. And I know this video is coming late, don't come for me. I know Taurus season is almost about to be over, but that's why we need to check in, tap in with our Aries and find out what did y'all learn in y'all Aries season. So let's get started. Oh, okay. So we have these three cards that came out. So we have the Emperor in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So, and we have King of Swords at the bottom. So, to me, this feels like the Aries, y'all have been learning how to, okay, with Emperor coming out first, I feel like, and I'll just hold this upright so y'all can see. With Emperor coming out first, I feel like the Aries have learned how to relax. Like, for some reason, I just feel like with the Emperor in reverse, y'all have learned to kind of like loosen the reins, potentially not take things too seriously, like not be so intense. That's what I'm feeling with that Emperor in reverse. And then with Five of Cups in reverse, so this is what it looks like upright. I feel like with Five of Cups in reverse, I feel like y'all have learned to actually like stop holding on to things of the past. I feel like in this past Aries season, y'all have allowed yourselves to do the necessary reflection, you know, with all this water here. I feel like do the necessary reflection that you need to do, feel your feelings. But I feel like the Aries in this past Aries season have done a really good job at actually letting go of the spilled milk, so to say. Like, I feel like taking inventory of what serves you and doesn't serve you, and then allowing yourself to actually move on. And maybe that's why Emperor has come out in reverse too, because it's like, because I was saying, I feel like with Emperor coming out in reverse, I feel like y'all learned how to relax. So I feel like there's a relationship here where I feel like, and even look at the branches here, they kind of look like twigs, right? It's kind of the same thing with him. I definitely feel like these energies are connected, not to mention they came out at the same time. So I feel like in Aries season, y'all Aries have learned to kind of let go of the reins, and instead of trying to be the boss all the time, the initiator, you know, that strong fire energy, I feel like y'all have learned to like surrender to the process, and with that, like, let your feelings flow and also release what doesn't serve you. And then we have Seven of Pentacles here, and so this is Seven of Pentacles upright, but Seven of Pentacles came out in reverse. So with that, I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like, to me, this gives energy of learning how to like tend to your own garden. That's what I'm strongly getting from this Seven of Pentacles. It's like learning how to tend to your own garden, learning how to focus on self and nurture yourself, and understand, like, taking the time, like, back to this reflection energy. I feel like heavy on taking the time to determine what actually like fills your own cup, like what you actually desire and what things you actually want to tend to and grow moving forward. And then, like I had said, there's King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so I can show y'all King of Swords at the bottom. And so with that, I just feel like there's some type of truth that is kind of like governing all of this. So some type of truth or clarity might have come to you in Aries season. Aries, maybe even a decision that had to be made that brought in some type of clarity. And I feel like even heavy with like blue here too on this card, I feel like heavy throat chakra. Like, I feel like there's some type of communication or conversation that came in Aries season that had y'all having this experience. So let's keep going. What else did the Aries learn in Aries season? Or shall we expand on what the Aries have learned in Aries season? Okay, so High Priestess just fell out. So here we have the High Priestess, and it came out upright. So I feel like, and the Hierophant at the bottom, yeah. So I feel like there was some type of decision or like clarity, truth that came in Aries season that allowed y'all to trust on your intuition, or lean into your intuition and trust in your inner voice and inner guidance. And then with Hierophant here, I feel like it just doubles down on that, like some type of knowledge, some type of truth came in that actually provided y'all with wisdom. And as y'all know, High Priestess gets paired with the Hierophant energy too. So I feel like this could potentially be talking about a connection that was taking place in Aries season. But I feel like it's something that allowed you to see clearly and trust in your intuition and like strengthen your connection to the divine. So what else? What else did the Aries learn in Aries season? Ace of Wands. Okay. Yeah, and the Hierophant again at the bottom. So I feel like with the Ace of Wands coming out here, I feel like the Aries really learned to, like, I want to say temper that passionate energy that y'all have. I feel like, and I say temper it because I feel like y'all might have been like potentially like impulsive in the prior to this past Aries season. Y'all might have been impulsive. Y'all might have like really been driven highly by y'all's emotions. And I feel like when it came to this Aries season, I feel like y'all learned how to like tame that a bit, but not in a way that makes y'all lose your fire or lose your spark, you know, what y'all are known for as Aries. I just feel like it's something that allowed y'all to actually like be balanced in your energy and not over giving or overdoing or even overstimulating yourself, but actually finding passions that really serve you, right? Even with this book here, y'all might have gotten into reading a lot in this past Aries season. Y'all might have like found y'all's green thumb. You could have even just been more into like decorating your home with flowers, or making sure that you get flowers consistently on like a weekly basis or so. Maybe y'all picked up gardening, or maybe even like some of y'all like Aries could have just even gotten more into like natural like habit, or like natural eating. So you could have just been like eating more like herbs, more vegetables, or even just paying more attention to those in this past Aries season. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, Four of Swords. Okay, yeah, taking the time to rest, that makes a lot of sense, especially because when Emperor came out, I was first saying I feel like y'all have learned to like just chill like, and with the Four of Swords coming out next and like clarifying the Emperor in reverse, essentially I feel like heavy on in Aries season, y'all Aries have learned to like rest, relax, surrender to the process, and just trust in divine timing. I feel like, especially with these feathers here, so y'all might have been getting y'all might have been seeing like white feathers. They could be small or large, and y'all might have been seeing these throughout Aries season, or even after, as like your confirmations that like you're on the right track. Like, rest, you know, relax, take the time that you need, breathe, trust in the divine. Even I have Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, and I just feel like this kind of confirms that like sleepy time type of vibe, like really just leaning into rest and relaxation. So good for y'all. Good for y'all. I feel like Aries are like, you know, the initiators. They're like the starters, right? And I feel like it's important for Aries also to understand how to have a balance. Okay. So next we have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands coming out. So let's just put both of these here. Or matter of fact, I might move these up. And that way we can all see everything. So what just came out is the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So already, if y'all are clocking the T, already I see 5, 6, and 7, right? Already progress. Aries season, y'all have made some significant progress. especially when it comes to y'all's emotions and what you're like passionate about or driven towards. Like, I feel like in Aries season, y'all really just like anchored down on something. Like, and as I'm saying that too, Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck to clarify this energy. So I feel like Six of Wands and Seven of Wands coming out here. I feel like Six of Wands, I feel like is really like you being at the center focus. You know, Six is nurturing energy. Six of Wands also is like success, like having a community behind you. I feel like Six of Wands energy, Aries, y'all like rose to new heights in this past Aries season. I feel like y'all discovered something very key about yourselves, but something that was very pivotal or like important to y'all, like softening up your energy. And as you see, even this blue energy, this cloudy, like mystical kind of vibe carries over to the Six of Wands card. And it's also kind of behind here on the Seven of Wands too. And I feel like with Seven of Wands here too, like I feel like on a different day I might be like reading this differently, but today this Seven of Wands energy is actually giving me breaking free, breaking out of the cage, like releasing yourself, freeing yourself. Like I feel like heavily in this past Aries season, y'all have like broken out of like self-imprisonment, like, and especially of the mind, but maybe creatively too, because wand energy, and definitely emotionally. Like I feel like with that of cups, it kind of exactly speaks to what I was speaking to before, is that, so this is clarifying that message that like y'all release some type of burdens, you're soaring, your confirmation, freeing yourself of what doesn't serve you by taking the time to rest and pour into yourself and nurture yourself. So heavy on that, y'all. It's definitely showing up in your energy. Congratulations. Okay, let's keep going. What else did the Aries learn and let me move this back up. What else did the Aries learn in this past Aries season? What did the Aries learn? Okay, the cards are flying out. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So we have the Fool, we have the Moon, and we have the World. Yeah, heavy on success energy. Let's see how I can arrange these so y'all can see them all. We'll just lay them out like this for now. So for first in the stack we have the Fool, the Moon, and the World, and then also the Empress card came out after that. So, and I'll just move some things so we can make sure we can all see everything and keep up. But yeah, heavy with that Fool, definitely leap of faith energy. I feel like and when I was like saying before with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like Seven of Pentacles, I felt like y'all was learning how to like nurture your own garden, pour into yourselves. And I feel like with the Fool here, some type of y'all had to take some type of leap of faith out of your comfort zone, right? And that might have been a bit nerve-wracking too, because with the Moon here, this is like certain things were not revealed to you at that time, right? True leap of faith, like literally just having to trust your own instincts, right? Trust your own instincts, trust that like the path was laid out for you and that you were going to make it on the other side, right? But this took a lot of like trusting your intuition and believing in the possibility of. So yeah, maybe I'll organize it like this. Okay. Yeah, and then with the World card out here, but y'all had success in that. And I feel like that's what we're seeing, is like y'all took the time to rest, nurture yourself, free yourself from, whatever bondage you might have been like keeping yourself in, or just felt like it was being imposed on you. And I feel like you chose to do something different, right? You took a leap of faith despite not knowing how the outcome would be, and it looked like it worked out in your favor. Like the World card here, that's success. Something about this could even have to do with social media. So you might have gotten opportunity online, and maybe you have a page of your own on social media and you started to see some type of increase or success during Aries season as well. That could definitely resonate for some people in the collective. And then we have Empress. And I feel like with the Empress energy coming out here with High Priestess, I just feel like in Aries season, y'all learned like heavy, like with the Emperor reversed previously and we have Empress upright. Like I feel like y'all learned how to soften up in Aries season. I feel like y'all really learned how to focus on self and figure out your own creative passions, your own creative interests. I feel like y'all actually created in Aries season, or you learned how to create from an authentic place that serves you and fulfills you and fills your cup rather than drains you. Because you even hear how we had the Emperor before when we talking about the twigs, and it's kind of giving dryness. It's kind of, like fire starter, like heavy on that, like fiery Aries energy, but like where it kind of burns out or fizzles out. But whereas here now we have plants, we have things growing, right? It looks fruitful. I feel like y'all learned how to use your fire in a way that builds, that ignites, that inspires, rather than burns and destroys. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's get one final card from this deck. What did the Aries learn? Okay, Page of Pentacles. So, I feel like in Aries season, y'all had definitely had a new beginning. A new beginning that, again, with these flowers, like, look at the consistency, y'all. Look at y'all progress. I'm so proud of y'all. Like, Aries season, y'all really learned how to focus on self in a healthy way and, like, actually bloom fresh flowers. Y'all really opened yourself up to a new beginning. And I feel like with this, too, I feel like y'all learn. So, like, Aries in the zodiac, they're, like, the first sign, right? It's the beginning, right? But I feel like you'll also get coined as like the babies of the zodiac, right? And pages, in a sense, could kind of have that same rap. Like, page energy is like the beginning of something, right? It's the beginning stages. But I feel like in this page energy, I feel like y'all have walked into closed out Aries season, walking into Taurus season, being students of life, students of your own journey, students of yourselves. Like, I feel like in Aries season, y'all really mastered being the student and welcoming in new knowledge. And I feel like that's so good for y'all, because y'all, like with this water can on this person's back, it's like y'all have been watering yourselves, watering what's in your lives at this time and what's around you. And I feel like that's allowing you to turn these like April showers into May flowers. Like, y'all have, and like with Seven of Cups at the bottom again, I just feel like there's so much magic associated with y'all Aries. Like, so much magic, and maybe even a little bit of love too. Maybe even a little bit of love too in Aries season might have come for y'all. But I feel like Aries, it seems like Aries season has heavily been focused on y'all selves, pouring into your own cup, and just, yeah, really like understanding that you're the foundation, and if all is well, if all is not well with you, then what exactly can be done? Like, I feel like with that, what I'm trying to say is I feel like y'all have been learning to pour into your own foundation. So we're gonna get a few more cards here from my oracle deck. So we're just gonna see if there are any like messages from the divine for the Aries. Okay, so first card we have here is Ask an Expert. So I'm gonna have it face on this side, and it says, don't rely on your friends or the internet, listen to a professional. So I feel like with that Aries, I feel like that's actually a confirmation. I feel like, and the fact that I intuitively placed it on that side too, I feel like, I'm gonna put this one down too, because it says, don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. So I don't know, maybe that's a confirmation for some of y'all. But it says, you need some time alone, and you know why. And I feel like, even with the High Priestess here too, I feel like You know, let me turn this over. I feel like with these two cards, I feel like this is just kind of emphasizing that in Aries season, maybe y'all were like not getting your information from like the best places. Maybe you were getting information from people who like didn't know. I want to say also didn't know what they were doing. Like maybe you're getting information from people who didn't like, yeah, who are like running on autopilot, like maybe just cruising through, but like not actually taking the time to use discernment or reflect. And I feel like in Aries season, y'all just learned how to be like your own pilot. I feel like you learned to go get information from people who like have experience, right? So like, for example, if we're like talking about love, like maybe you're not taking advice from your single friends. Like no shade to the single friends, because the single friends do be knowing what they be talking about, right? Especially because they can come from a real objective place. But it's like if you're trying to be in a long-term relationship, right, you might be talking to married couples and getting advice from them and having them pinpoint the things that they see that you might need to work on and stuff. That's a very specific example. I feel like that's relevant for somebody, but that's not relevant for everybody. So don't take that personal if that does not apply to you, or if that does not relate to your situation, right? Shout out to the single friends. Shout out to the single friends. Yeah, heavy on autopilot and sacrifice came out too. So I feel like you had to sacrifice your autopilotness. You're cruising through, doing things how you normally did them. Yeah, whatever habits weren't serving you, I feel like. And so this could also be related maybe to April 9th. Maybe something about April 9th was significant for somebody in the collective. But I just feel like you had to get out of the clouds. You had to get out of this illusion state. You had to sacrifice that essentially. You were being called up out of that energy and to be your own guide, right? Especially with, again, High Priestess here, Empress energy here. I feel like in Aries season, you were being called to create your own path forward. Figure out what life it is that you truly desire, and from that place move. Not to do what everybody else would want you to do. Yeah, like I feel like you had to break out of this never-ending story, because that's exactly what it feels like was happening before. Like, especially 5 of Cups energy, I feel like y'all were kind of keeping yourselves in a never-ending story in April. So maybe something came to an end in April. Maybe something that you anticipated or didn't anticipate, and so maybe it wasn't like, you know, something that felt the best at the time, but happy is coming out next. So that's a confirmation for somebody. I feel like y'all are leaving out of this never-ending story energy on the left-hand side here. And I feel like as y'all moved into Taurus season, y'all picked up this happy energy. I feel like you figured out how to let go of what doesn't serve you, walk away from connections and energies and mindsets that weren't for you in order to embrace this new beginning. So with that, we're going to close it off here, and thank y'all so much for watching. And Aries, big shout out to y'all. Y'all absolutely did your big one in Aries season. I'm so excited for y'all, and I'm so excited to like know how Taurus season has been treating y'all so far. So with that, congratulations, and I will see y'all in the next one.